Here's a question. What percentage of gamers do you think use cheats? Now, really think about it. How many are using them to catch every Pokemon, spawn any Minecraft item, or lock on to their enemies in Call of Duty? Maybe 25%, 30%? Well, according to a survey from trainer software provider Plitch, a staggering 57% of gamers admitted to using cheats. Anonymously, obviously. While using cheats privately in single-player games doesn't really negatively affect anyone, streaming with them on, using them to publicly break world records, or playing with them in mass multiplayer games and even tournaments is a huge problem. The need to cheat for the sake of clout has gotten out of control, but not everyone gets away with it. With that, let's take a look at even more gamers who got caught cheating. Mingo Style. Tommy Trewin is a veteran Call of Duty player who, since 2010, has been part of professional teams that have won more than 70 tournament matches. It's fair to say Tommy knows this game well. So, when he was pitted against Mingo Style in the quarterfinals of the 2v2 Warzone Checkmate Gaming Tournament back in 2020, who had a weirdly high kill-to-death ratio of 5.2, Tommy was suspicious. He and his partner Almixand called Mingo Style's gameplay into question and asked him to set up a monitor cam so they could be sure he wasn't using cheats. Mingo Style obliged. But then, in a move of pure idiocy, he exposed himself for the world to see.
No, I didn't, mate. When did I say that?
You did.
Did you see it? Let's run it back. Watch his monitor cam footage here, and there it is. We've covered it enough times in previous parts of this series to know that little gray pop-up box is our old pal Engine Owning. This is a cheat software that offers everything from aimbots, which allow players to lock onto their opponents, to wall hacks, giving them the unfair advantage of seeing through walls, terrain, and objects. Tommy's followers quickly alerted him to Mingo Style's slip-up, and Tommy rightfully crucified him. But Mingo Style had an excuse.
Yo, Ben, back out.
Bro, what the...
Okie
He
dokie.
put his sheets up. Everyone clip it quick.
Bro, I'm messing around. Get a
There's
grip.
no way. Getting banned.
Oh, mate. I'm around, mate. I've got a picture.
Just a picture that you decided in your infinite wisdom to flash up mid-tournament? Now that's some real smooth brain logic. But Mingo Style was adamant it was the truth, going as far as to claim it was just a picture on Twitter and that it was all just a joke. Unwilling to let the matter go, Tommy asked Mingo Style to send him the supposed picture he'd flashed up, and that's when Tommy buried him.
That image. Look at that. He said it's that image. He's not the smartest bloke. I told you cheaters are stupid. They are stupid as He said that image is that. He hasn't even got the same dimensions.
Dimensions. Man, I love the British. But accents aside, it was clear Mingo Style had sent a completely different picture. Checkmate Gaming ignored his lies and banned him, which streaming site Twitch also did shortly after. He stayed active on socials though, eventually admitting to using cheats while pointing the finger at other potential cheaters, which gained him no attention whatsoever. If only he'd provided some proof they were cheating by using, I don't know, a picture? Mr. Slazy. The only thing more frustrating than seeing someone blatantly cheating is watching them stream themselves while blatantly cheating. You know, the ones I'm talking about, usually Call of Duty streamers whose gameplay has red and yellow boxes around all their opponents. They know that with their chronic lack of talent, the only way to get noticed as a streamer is to openly use these hacks. Otherwise, no one would pay attention to them. That's what a Facebook gaming streamer by the name of Mr. Slazy, or Dad Shark Gaming, is all too happy to do. So sad. So very sad. Well, back in 2021, Mr. Slazy was running his usual gambit of streaming himself, ruining games for other people, just to boost his super fragile ego, when he took out the wrong player. It was someone many of you are probably familiar with. Vicstar123, or Vic for short. Part of the famous YouTube collective Sidemen. He was playing Call of Duty Warzone with a few pals when he noticed Mr. Slazy's godlike aim, and when the team looked him up, they all found his tiny streaming channel.
Is he streaming? He's actually streaming.
He is live.
Unbelievable.
And he's cheating, bro!
Oh,
He's got boxes around them!
You're kidding. Tell me you're kidding.
So, Vic decided to give him the attention he was so desperately craving by spectating Mr. Slazy's stream for his millions of subscribers to see.
It's up on my screen now. This is unreal. Yeah, this was needs to. That's it. It's done. It's done. It's done. Oh my. It's done. Oh my. This is what it's like.
Oh my god!
This is what we're going up against every lobby. Bro, he's not even trying to hide it. He's live and he's got his name in his thing. How is this fun?
Vic and co. continued to mock Mr. Slazy, encouraging people in-game to report him while laughing at his terrible gameplay and calling out the game developer Activision for such a blatant lack of cheat control.
Dude shooting gophers out here. Oh my god.
This is disgusting.
Wait,
I
it tells
actually
you
feel
what
sick.
gun they have
I
out.
actually feel sick. Activision, you have failed everyone. You have failed everyone that plays your game.
And then, finally, Mr. Slazy got exactly what he deserved.
Stay behind me.
Oh my, and he still loses! He still loses! How?
I ain't got nothing, bro.
Unbelievable.
All those hacks and you still lose? What a sad little life, Mr. Sleazy. Sorry, Mr. Slazy. After being put on blast by Vic, Mr. Slazy soon nuked his Facebook gaming account. What? Was that too much attention? PYPYPK. It's not just mainstream games that people cheat on, as players of Krunker know all too well. This free-to-play game is a first-person shooter, like Call of Duty, but with a Roblox aesthetic. Baby's first-person shooter, if you will. And it's not always adults who use cheats, as player and Twitch streamer PYPYPK proved all too well. Back in 2018, this kid had the bright idea to stream himself hacking Krunker with an aimbot and wall hacks to all of about 3 people.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, even with the hacks, he still wasn't very good, which is something the small Krunker community soon picked up on. Footage of PYPYPK streaming his cheats was posted to Krunker's subreddit, where he was lambasted by the community. Eventually, someone hunted down his profile page and lobbied the game's mod team to ban him. It wasn't long before the account had the word hacker branded over it, and PYPYPK quickly disappeared from both Krunker and Twitch. Well, kid, maybe try this gaming thing again when you hit puberty. At least then you'll have hit something. Well, hopefully, even if you're as skillless as PYPYPK, you can still hit those like and subscribe buttons down below. All done? Great. Who have we got next? The Austin, US. Back in 2022, the Austin, US decided to try his hand at streaming Call of Duty on Twitch. It's a very competitive scene, but his aim was impeccable, and his instinct regarding his opponent's locations was incredibly accurate. It was this godlike skill that got a few people interested, and not in a good way. It wasn't long before they accused him of cheating, and after enough people began calling him out, he was quick to confess to using an aimbot. But that wasn't the best part of catching him out. Several months before the accusations, the Austin, US was mid-stream and apparently forgot that the world could see his setup. Either oblivious to the ramifications or just straight up dumb, he proceeded to stream himself visiting the cheat site Phantom Overlay. He went to log in, which filled in his details automatically, showing he already had an account with them, before exposing a neat little list of all his previous cheat orders, which totaled some €195, about $200. Most of these were for Call of Duty Vanguard, the game he was playing at the time. Certainly explains that 4.8 kill-to-death ratio. But really, Why would you waste that much money on cheats? If you want to beat someone that badly, why not use that money to buy an easier game that even kids can play? Might I suggest Krunker? Flowbee. Random seed Minecraft speedrunning is a very particular type of speedrunning. Unlike most games, which require muscle memory and refined techniques to get a good time, random seed Minecraft runs require sound logic and an acute mathematical ability, because the map you spawn into is different every time. These are what's known as blind runs, and back in 2021, speedrunner Flowbee, or Toxic Flow, who'd been speedrunning Minecraft for a few months, suddenly uploaded a video of a blind run with a time of 11 minutes 37 seconds. At the time, this placed Flowbee's run in the top 10 fastest of all time.
God. Oh my god! Oh, I'm shaking!
Oh my god. Let's go.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm shaking!
Less than 2 months later, they uploaded 3 runs that were all under 15 minutes, which is pretty wild for someone as new to speedrunning as Flowbee was. This caught the attention of several Minecraft veterans, one of which, 11dbillion, broke down each of Flowbee's runs and came to one damning conclusion. They had to be cheating. Why? Because Flowbee's luck was either off the scale or they already knew the locations of several key elements across the map and were working to a predetermined plan over a landscape they knew, not a random map. For example, at this point in the run, any speedrunner worth their salt would be looking around for a fortress. But Flowbee makes a beeline in a random direction without looking around or behind them even once. Here, lava housing can be seen, which takes precious time to get rid of. Most speedrunners would have just reset the game at this point, but Flowbee persevered. Because, as 11dbillion pointed out, Flowbee wasn't improvising. He was working to a plan for a map he'd already run several times. But that wasn't the only way he was caught out. When you reset in Minecraft, you have to select several options to create your new world. To speed this process up, a macro was built that sped through the process, and the click sound effects it generates are compressed into this. Short but distinctive. However, veteran Minecraft player Ninja Brain noticed the same macro Flowbee used on their run sounded like this. That's 2 extra clicks. But the macro worked the same. Ninja Brain realized the clicks could only have occurred if Flowbee's macro included 2 extra steps, selecting more world options, then pasting in a specific seed. They then removed the selection showing the more world options screen to make the seed look random, even though it was one they knew and had practiced. Their mistake was leaving in those 2 extra clicks. They later apologized to the community and revealed that all but one of their recent runs had been faked. After that, they deleted their YouTube channel, changed all their socials, and disappeared. Well, with analysts as thorough as Ninja Brain and 11dbillion, I pity anyone else who thinks about trying to get away with cheating on a Minecraft speedrun. Shiv GTK. To prove they're not cheating, some streamers will set up a monitor cam so that their audience can see their setup, and check that there isn't another hidden screen that they're using with the cheats on. This is exactly what popular Call of Duty player Shiv GTK did when he competed in a 2021 Vanguard tournament with a $7,000 prize pool. Both his monitors looked clean, with no obvious hacking menus or red boxes to be seen. But when his team went on to beat professional esports team Optic, everyone began to look at the monitor cam a little more carefully. As they picked apart some suspicious gameplay where Shiv was setting a bomb, they noticed that on the monitor cam, an incredibly tiny white dot could be seen shooting across the screen.
I'm playing this.
Did you see it? Hang on, let me zoom in. Right about here. Did you see that? Well, that white dot just so happened to coincide with an enemy player appearing around the corner. That's a wall hack. One with the settings altered so that the enemy locations are barely visible to the monitor cam, but a wall hack nonetheless. Shiv was swiftly disqualified from the tournament, but he didn't take his punishment well. Instead of silently deleting all his social media and streaming profiles, like any other exposed cheater, Shiv set one last bomb before disappearing. He sent out a tweet naming a long list of other players who he claimed had been cheating too. Talk about going full scorched earth. Causeway. Now, I need your help with this next one because I can't tell if it's a setup or just plain stupid. An anonymous viewer sent me a clip of an unnamed Twitch streamer who had his Discord chat application opened. Nicknamed Cause, the Discord user is chatting to DaBaby. Seems legit. While his desktop boasts a couple of questionable apps, including the aptly named Cheat Engine and WeMod. These are well-known hacklocations, if you will, with each one enabling users to install mods and cheats for different games. And in this Discord call, Cause sends DaBaby a WeMod file before heading into a game of NBA 2K21. DaBaby is also streaming NBA 2K21, so it appears both of them are using or planning to use WeMod to access cheats in a game. A little look at the game Cause is playing brings up a character called twitch.tv/Causeway. Surely this guy isn't dumb enough to have streamed himself sharing cheats with someone else who was also streaming himself receiving those same cheats? If so, is this really the streamer Causeway or someone trying to set him up? Because this is a level of dumb that's so dumb, it's a little difficult to comprehend. Well, Causeway's Twitch channel does boast a few videos where he claims he was permanently banned from the game Roblox. It's not a good look, but that's not exactly incriminating. So what do you think? Is this streamer actually Causeway, or was someone setting him up? Let me know down in the comments below. Xhade. Back in 2021, India's The Esports Club Invitational welcomed teams to play Valorant for a prize pool of 300,000 rupees, some $4,000 at the time. It attracted teams from all over the nation, with more than 6,000 fans watching the stream at its peak. However, after the first round of quarterfinals, a hammer was brought down on Team Paratroopers. One of their players, Xhade, had suddenly received a permanent ban from Valorant.
Confessing to using hacks while playing Valorant.
Permanent ban है boys. Permanent. I mean esports side से. TC वालों ने ऐसे बोल दिया कि अब नहीं खेल सकता. कल उनका post आने वाला है.
Initially, Xhade claimed this must have been a mistake, that it must just be a glitch. Fans supported him. His team reached out to Valorant's developer Riot Games for clarification, and Paratroopers were allowed to continue competing in the tournament with a substitute. Although, they lost their very next match. Talk about foreshadowing. Xhade continued to deny all cheating allegations, but then on a streamed Discord call with the Paratroopers team lead, Binks, he said this.
तेरा बता दे भाई डिफेंस बता दे
सबसे नहीं डिफेंस नहीं कर रहा मैं कन्फेस कर रहा हूँ ठीक है सबसे पहले जिसको ठीक है पहले मेरी बात सुन लो अच्छे से कि हाँ मैंने देख मैं इसलिए छुपा रहा था वो चीज़ मैंने एक दिन के लिए 3 मैचेस के लिए किया था बट मैं इसलिए छुपा रहा था क्योंकि ये 3 मैचेस की वजह से कोई अगर बोले
So he hadn't been using hacks in the tournament, but he had been using them before because he desperately wanted to get to a higher level in game. Not exactly the endearing defense he seems to think it is. It wasn't long before Riot Games released a statement revealing Xhade had been using prohibited third-party software, a fancy way of saying cheats, which they'd detected, and so had banned his account permanently. With the confession and the permaban, Xhade deleted his YouTube account and disappeared. For just a month. Despite the ban, he was back playing on a new account and for a new team soon after. Well, I guess once a cheater, always a cheater. Jamar from afar. You don't need thousands of followers to expose cheaters these days. All you really need is a streaming account of your own, a little patience, and the hope that eventually the cheater you're spectating will slip up. Which is exactly what Poet TTV, or Sage Poet, managed to do. He was streaming himself to a small audience as he spectated a Minecraft Hypixel streamer called Jamar from afar, and another streamer called H without S. He figured they were probably using cheats, and so sat in wait trying to catch one of them in the act. And as he was, something sketchy flashed up on the left, right in the middle of Jamar from afar's screen.
Hacking ESP and all. And then he timed me over half an hour because...
Did you see that? Computer, rewind and enhance. Ah yes, a Minecraft cheat software menu with player ESP, aka wall hacks, selected while in a public server. Well, Jamar from afar's account on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok appeared to be linked to another account called Tech Panda Gaming. Now, Tech Panda seems to be banned on Twitch, but Tech Panda Gaming's YouTube account is still live. It hosts videos with long, rambling descriptions where they claim they're banned from playing in certain Minecraft servers like Hypixel, and that the anti-cheat is broken. Clearly not as broken as you seem to think, my banned for cheating friend. Mecharazium. The more speedrunning I watch, the more respect I have for it. It takes hundreds, sometimes thousands of hours to memorize an entire game and get the button presses and timings just right, all to complete it in the fastest time possible. Events like Games Done Quick showcase some of the best players in their game categories, inviting them to show off their skills in front of huge live and online audiences. It's a lot of pressure for speedrunners, which some just can't handle. Speedrunner Mecharazium, for example, was invited to the 2022 Summer Games Done Quick event, speedrunning Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance remotely. The run itself seemed legitimate, but after a charity donation goal was met, he asked to play through the game's Blade Wolf DLC as well. But that's when Mecharazium raised some red flags.
It's actually pretty hard to get past this grab because he has an eyes on his leg.
Did you notice anything wrong with that clip? No. Now let's rewind and take a look at what he's doing with his hands here. So he's playing on a PC with his mouse in his right hand. If that's so, how does his avatar move around, a mouse-controlled action, while his right hand is in the air? Well, he claims he moved the mouse with his left hand. That's one heck of an odd choice, especially at a timed event. Spectators also noticed an audible lack of keyboard noises in the Blade Wolf segment. So, when he broke the record for the run by a whole 25 seconds, not everyone was convinced it was legit. Then in July, he came clean to one of SGDQ's enforcement heads. As they suspected, the run had been pre-recorded and spliced to perfection. It was an ideal run, just not one he'd performed live, having switched out the save files after he'd finished the main run. But he didn't hide behind any lame excuses. He apologized profusely, acknowledged that he'd acted selfishly, and said he didn't want the run considered for any leaderboards, as it would be unfair to the rest of the community. Games Done Quick banned him from attending any future events and scrubbed his records from their YouTube archive. Well, ironically, it looks like this one's going to take time to move on from. Nadia. When it comes to being accused of cheating, no one has more fingers pointed at him than Call of Duty Warzone player and streamer Nadia. She began streaming back in January 2021, and her Warzone gameplay attracted an audience of over 900,000 Twitch followers. But as her fans grew in number, so did the people who doubted her skill, and they began to pick apart every second of her gameplay. It seems like every guy with facial hair and access to the Fortnite font has made a video about the undeniable proof they have about Nadia cheating, lying, or being exposed. Some are creepily obsessed. But they have picked up on some questionable clips, like here. Yeah, shooting a wall in the same place someone is standing behind is pretty sus. It could indicate that she's using wall hacks. However, others have pointed out that an ammo crate was dropped from that direction, so she heard someone there, she just didn't know where. That's reasonable, but what about here, where she was shadow banned, a protocol Activision enacts when it suspects a player of cheating and places them in special lobbies that are full of other suspected cheaters.
Yeah, I'm shadow banned.
Hacker hunters were quick to claim this was more undeniable proof she was cheating. However, others argued that she'd been playing from a few different locations in the days prior, mimicking the effects of a VPN, which might have triggered the ban. Whatever the case, she was unshadow banned by the developers Activision shortly after. Another point, at a live Call of Duty event, she was apparently kicked out for cheating while on stream. But the footage supposedly showing her being kicked out by the mods for cheating shows she was actually just having tech issues and needed help. They weren't asking her to leave.
Like this is not, yeah.
Switching up.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Alright, Tim, I'll be right back. I'm in trouble.
Some have gone one step further, like Rara, who released leaked messages supposedly from Nadia to some unknown person, claiming she had someone unlock camo skins for her guns on her account. Anyone who watched Part 4 of this series might remember that's the same excuse Vanguard's number 2 player, Plexify, used after he was caught wall hacking. The two elements are linked, that's for sure, but without wall hacks slipping through onto Nadia's stream, it's not conclusive. And a lot of others seem to agree. Renowned streamer and gamer XQC reviewed some of these clips and determined,
guys, if you're gonna tell people are cheating, okay, do it the right way. Okay, I think these clips are they're just.
The accusations are endless, and all supposed proof of her cheating is far from airtight. This would be enough to chase almost anyone off, but not Nadia. Instead, she's cleverly leaned right into it, uploading videos titled "I'm banned from Warzone" and "I got kicked out for cheating." She constantly alludes to cheating, never giving in to offered PC scans, posting fake confessions layered in sarcasm, and the hacker hunters have lapped it up, fueling her growth and theirs. Many hacker hunter channels' most popular and profitable videos revolve around Nadia. So, everyone wins. If these channels really wanted to take her down, they'd just stop making videos about her every moment, wait for a real slip-up, and then go for her. But then, what would they make content about? Classic catch-22 there. So, until we see wall hacks on her stream or she receives a permanent ban from Activision, Nadia will be busy making everyone money. But do you think Nadia is cheating? Well, let me know down in the comments below. Exoniz. Cheating for clout is one thing, but cheating to get your hands on prize money is another level of low. One that Turkish player and professional Twitch streamer Exoniz was willing to sink to back in December 2022. Competing in Call of Duty Warzone World Classic with a $100,000 prize pool up for grabs, suspicions about Exoniz were raised a few days before the event took place. He appeared to be aiming at opponents through walls, a telltale sign he probably had a wall hack active. During the tournament, viewers asked him to address these cheating allegations by proving he didn't have a secret monitor displaying all these hacks. Getting cocky, he opened up his display settings to prove he was only using 2 monitors, but a third was detected in his setup. He tried to explain it as a glitch, and so set up a monitor camera, which is where it all came crumbling down. During the tournament, he moved one of his monitors when an unusual-looking menu popped up.
Brother, check that. Ongelooflijk. Alienware. Cheats. Hij laat zijn cheats zien.
Initially, he tried to claim it was a display menu. Better excuse than pretending he'd flashed a picture, that's for sure. But the court of public opinion swiftly decided it was more likely cheat software. Activision was lambasted for not thoroughly vetting the player, and Exoniz guiltily deleted all his social media and streaming accounts. Oh, how tragic. Alexa, play Another One Bites the Dust. Know any more gamers who've been caught cheating that you didn't see in this video or in the other videos in this series? Let me know down below. And as always, thanks for watching.